Once you arrive, put down where you arrived at and in the city and state where you arrived. Next, put that you're unloading, where you arrived, city and state, your mileage, the date, and the time you arrived. Ensure you have on all your PPE before you step out. Once you finish, go to Mobile Link, sign in. Swipe, hit arrive, submit, no delays if there are any. Then scan the barcode, go to the tank that has the argon piece on it, look for the barcode, scan it in, hit submit. If it goes through, it'll say you've successfully arrived. Once you're finished with your paperwork, come here, take a picture of both the pressure gauge and the fill gauge to mark where you begin at. Once you finish taking your pictures, come and open up both sides of the pony motor to ensure that there's no overheating of the motor. Once you've opened up all your doors, connect your hose. Once you've connected your hose, come open up the drain valve. Once you open up your drain valve, come open up the pump valve. After you open your pump valve, open up the circulatory valve. After you open up the circulatory valve, open up the discharge valve. Once you open up the discharge valve, make sure to turn on the pressure to build up to between 30 and 40. Once you opened up the pressure valve, come and start the pony motor. Make sure not to touch anything on the inside of here with your cryogenic gloves. Once the pony motor is start, set a timer for 13 minutes and wait for it to cool down. Once your pressure is finished building between 30 and 40, turn off the pressure. Monitor it, make sure it doesn't fall below 30 or go above 40. Take some time to make sure your vent and your road relief is closed. Next, check your pressure to see if it's over 150. If it's over 150, close to 200, open up the valve for the vent release to blow it down to 150. If you open up a vent, do not stand around in the vapor cloud. Move away from there and then go back to check to see if your pressure has dropped. Once you're finished bringing the pressure down, check to see where the tank fill gauge stops at. Usually it's going to be marked by something. And make sure to open up the full tri-top when it starts to get close to the marked line. Once the timer is complete, close the discharge valve on the tank. After you close the discharge line, open up the fill valve for the tank. After you open up the fill line for the tank, come and activate the hydraulic. After the hydraulic has been engaged, watch for the needle to start jumping. Once the needle has started jumping, close the circulation valve while turning the RPMs. Turn the RPMs this way to turn it down. Turn it this way to rev it up. Make sure that your RPMs is set to 250 for high pressure tanks. Make sure to tap your line again. Monitor your pressure for your line. Monitor the pressure for the tank and make sure it doesn't go over 200. If it starts to go over 200, open back up the vent. Keep an eye on both gauges, as well as the gauges down here. If you need the flow of the tank to go a little bit faster, you can always dump the back tires to put it at an angle. Once the tank's fill gauge get about round here, open up your full tri-cock. Once product starts spilling out of there, it's finished. Close the full tri-cock once it starts spilling product. Keep an eye on the pressure builder. If it gets down to 100, lower the RPMs on the truck down to 150. Once products start coming out the full tri-clock, close the full tri-clock, close the main fill valve, come over here and push in the button to kill the RPMs, and then go deactivate the hydraulics. Once you deactivated the hydraulic, come and reopen up the circulatory valve. Close the discharge valve after opening up the circulatory valve. Open up the line bleed valve. Close the pump valve. Then close the recirculatory valve. Next, shut off the engine. Then open up the discharge valve for the line on the tank. Once the pressure is off the whole line from the top and the bottom, take off the hose line. Make sure your shield is down. Once you finish saving the hose, take a picture of your gauges. Once you finish taking a picture of your gauges, make sure all your valves on the tank are closed. Once you finish making sure all the valves on the tank are closed, come and make sure that all the valves are closed for your truck. Once you ensure that all the valves are closed, come and open up the vent to blow down your pressure to about 20. Once the pressure is about down to 20, come and crack open your road relief valve. Only one turn like this. That's it. Don't forget to reactivate. Once you finish closing up everything in the back, come and fill out your delivery ticket. Put the trailer number, the lot number, the day you arrive, the beginning for your gauge, tank gauge, the PSI where it started at, your end gauge, and where it ended at. Once you finish filling in your delivery note, come to Mobile Link, go here, swipe, complete, hit submit, put your end gauge, done, submit. Put your out gauge, done, submit. Once you get here, instead of using the flow meter, go here, go to gauge reading, then you're going to go to the website. Then for the in, you're going to put 233. And for the out, you're going to put 415. You're going to get a warning like this, but don't pay attention to it. Get the one that's right here. Copy it. Next, in your calculator, you're going to push in the number that you got off the website, and you're going to multiply it times 112.5, and that'll give you your reading. Once you got your calculations, put them inside this box here under bill and quantity, delivery, volume, and sign your paperwork. Once you got the volume that you need, put the volume down right here. Did it hit the full tri-cock? Yes. Hit submit. Submit. Were there any delays? No or yes. Submit. And you finish on this one. Next, you're going to make sure that the customer get the back sheet and one of the C of A's. Next, make sure to put the paperwork in the specified area that Messer has. If you can't find a place to put it, make sure to put it out of the elements and where the customer can find it. Next, you're going to fill in your finished unloaded where you unloaded, city and state. And if you're going to another stop, heading to the next stop at where you're going and the city and state. Next, you're going to put the volume that you got from the website, the time and date for when you arrived, the in and out gauges for the customer tank. Next, don't forget to put your out time on the log sheet. Make sure you slide and hit en route for your next one. And don't forget to close up after you finish. I know that don't need to be said, but I'm just putting it out there. That's everything you need to know from start to finish on how to deliver your argon. If you have any questions, call me up on the phone. I'll walk you through anything that you need to know.